Hi everyone, Bernard here with the latest Citizen vlog. It's a Citizen present as promised, and it's a little look at City on Twitter and the social media, and also a look at the coming Burnley game, which obviously takes place on Monday evening, which is the 22nd of June, so 8 o'clock kickoff. So we'll get another 15 minutes in bed. So obviously, it wasn't too bad this week, actually. I sort of recovered quite quickly. I got about 2 hours kip on Thursday evening, obviously, before I had to get up for work. So I thought I'd struggle a bit, but I did okay. I did okay for a man of my age. I have to be careful, don't I? So yeah, please welcome to the Citizen vlog. Please, if you're new to the Citizen vlogs, please push that subscribe button. You know I do City past and City present. Please push the bell notification so you know these little vlogs are coming out. Yeah, let's have a look. I mean, obviously we played Burnley this season, didn't we? Down at Turf Moor. A great programme. If you saw my thing, I like these little cards at the back. These little cards of the players and certain things like that sort of impressed me. That did quite well in the my programme ratings. If you haven't seen my programme awards, then please check out that vlog as well in the list below, etc. So yeah, we played them back in December, didn't we? A 4-1 win at Turf Moor, which was quite comfortable, wasn't it? And last year we actually played them twice, didn't we? Last season, we've got some programmes somewhere. The last season we played them in the league, and we played them in the FA Cup as well. So we got two games last year at the Etihad. Obviously, a little bit of a less full Etihad this year again, won't it? But obviously, last season in the league we beat them 5-0 on the 20th of October, 2018. So it's nearly 2 years ago now, isn't it? And in the FA Cup fourth round, of course, 26th of January 2019, we beat them 5-0 as well. So a couple of 5-0s. Yeah, we do well against Burnley at home, don't we? We've played them 47 times. Yeah, oddly enough, we won 27, so we've actually drawn 13 and lost 7. So it's not as prolific as you perhaps would have thought. We scored 109 goals, though, and only let in 52. So we've probably obviously more than double the ratio there, which obviously probably the last 3 or 4 seasons when we played them at home, we've obviously helped that score, haven't we? We first met in 1897, 1898, and obviously we've done 8 doubles against them, not home doubles, that's home and away, isn't it? We've done 8 doubles against them, they've done 2 against us, so it'll be interesting, because obviously we've got a game under our belts, haven't we? Burnley haven't as yet played, so this will be their first game back after the COVID break, the 3-month break. So hopefully, because obviously we've got that game that'll keep us in good stead as well. So that'll certainly help us. And I think I predicted a 4-1 average on this one, based on the 3. Obviously, I based it 3-1 against Arsenal, so I missed out on a goal. So I'll be quite happy with 4-0 against Burnley and perhaps some more. But I mean, they're okay. As I'm recording this, obviously there's games going on. Burnley still sit 10th with an outside chance of getting into Europe. Well, they are comfortable. They're not much chance of them going down. That's for sure. I mean, they're 5-1 on the betting to actually finish in the top 10. So that's not a bad odds, that is it? 5-1. I mean, the game itself, City are 1-9 on to win it. 17-2 the draw, and 25-1 for Burnley to win best prices, and they were slightly less before the City Arsenal game. So obviously people are quite impressed after watching City sort of put Arsenal to bed. My 4-1, if I put some money on 4-1, the best price I can get is 14-1. So might be worth a little flutter, isn't it? And first goal scorers, you've got Aguero is 5-2. Yeah, I think he may start. You've got Jesus is 5-1. Sterling 17-4. Mahrez 11-2. KDB 7-1. Bernardo Silva 15-2. And they've even got Sane in there at 11-2. But I mean, obviously more on Sane in a minute. We'll have a quick discussion on that. But
Obviously, I would be very surprised if Sarri will start many games for City at the moment. Both teams to score is 11-10, so obviously I would have a bet of that, but 11-10 is not really worth it, is it? There's always a chance we'll keep a clean sheet again, you know, fingers crossed anyway. And the team, yeah, I mean, what's he going to do? I think he's going to make 4 or 5 changes, to be honest with you. I think he's hinted at that, hasn't he? We've got Chelsea on Thursday, the following Thursday, so the 25th of June, so obviously there's only a 3-day gap, isn't there? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so he's going to be thinking more of the Chelsea game. He'll be thinking this is a bit more comfortable, I would assume. Wouldn't surprise me to see Aguero in for Jesus, Zinchenko play, perhaps instead of Mendy, or certainly somewhere. Bernardo in for David. Otamendi in for Garcia, perhaps. Fernandinho in for Gundogan, but I mean, obviously he likes Gundogan, doesn't he? So perhaps he'll sneak Fernandinho in there without Otamendi going in. So, yeah, I think he'll make at least 5 or 6 changes. Can obviously see that we should be comfortable, shouldn't we? Shouldn't be a big problem based on what we saw the other day. But it is hard, isn't it? Because Burnley they must have had friendly games, like most clubs have squeezed friendly games in, haven't they? I'm sure they've had a friendly game or two over the last week or so. But yeah, it should be okay. I mean, Burnley can prove a little bit tough, can't they? But I say we've not really had much problems against them over the last 3 or 4 games. They're actually, in the last 6 away games, they've actually won 3, Burnley. So they've been playing quite well before the break. But I said it doesn't really count for much now, does it? As I said, this is like a new mini season. So it will be an interesting watch. I mean, you let me know in the comments what you think the score will be against Burnley. Whether you think will we get another 5-0 perhaps? You never know, do you? But it'd be nice to let's keep it to 0 anyway, and hopefully we'll do all right on that. So that's the Burnley thing, and as I said, we'll be back obviously with the look at the City-Burnley match on the 23rd of June, and then there'll be a preview of the City-Chelsea match on the 24th of June. So it's all getting very busy, isn't it? And please check out my Citizen Pass as well. There's quite a few good ones on there, some interesting ones. One even featured a certain Mr. Tony Adcock the other day, so please check that out. Yeah, looking at talking points, before I go on to the Twitterverse, Leroy Sané. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously Pep's now said that he wants to go. I think this has been on the cards for a while, hasn't it? I mean, and now you're going to get all the flack now, aren't you? You're going to get City fans slagging him off. You're going to get City fans falling out with City fans because they don't agree with what the other City fans are saying. I mean, my opinion for it worse, Leroy Sané is, before, obviously not the season before last, he was pretty bad, to be honest with you. I don't think Pep trusted him. He didn't play him. I don't think he liked his attitude. I think his attitude stunk, and I think we saw that on the pitch. He did 1 or 2 good things for us, but certainly not enough. Then he picked up his injury, and to be honest with you, he's never shown any interest or denied anything about leaving City. And he can just say, I'm a City player, and that's all there is to it. There's been nothing from Sané. So I think deep down everyone and a lot of people, have agreed that Sané really wanted to go at the end of the day. So he's picked his wages up, hasn't he, for the last few months, done absolutely rock all, and now obviously it's just been confirmed he's refused contracts that you've offered him a fair contract. And to be honest with you, I don't think we should have offered him big money because he hadn't been doing it. So why should they have offered him really something? I think he was obviously after more money. So I think he'll be better off going. I think we'll be better off without him, because I think he can only bring the morale of the dressing room down if he's another Sulk, isn't he? Another Mr. What was it? Was it Nicholas Anelka? Was it? It was called the Sulk, was it? But no, I think I've not been over it. It's such a shame, because I think if anyone can bring out the qualities in Leroy Sané, it's Pep, and we have seen that quality, haven't we? Let's be honest about it. But as I said before he did get injured, the season before last, I mean, he did do the odd magical thing for us, but unfortunately most of the time he didn't play because I don't think Pep was happy with his attitude, and when he came on, half the time he couldn't be bothered, or if he started again, especially if he started a game, I think he had some poor games. So let's get it sorted. We're not going to get much money, we're not going to get much from him, let's be honest about it, but let's just get gone. All the best to him, and thanks for what you've done, but yeah, I mean, I don't think we owe him anything as fans or a club, to be honest with you. Yeah, on Twitterverse, just going through a few things. Yeah, I mean, Mr. Delaney, a certain journalist, he's actually got I'm going to get someone else is going to get my I've got a new award this week, the Wet Wipe of the Week award. Wet Wipe of the Week, I call it. It's not going to go to Mr. Delaney, but obviously apparently he was rebuked by the Independent at Prestwich Blue, confirmed that he's been warned about going beyond the bounds of acceptability, and had his tweets removed. So obviously he's been rising to the City fans have been rising to his bait, and obviously he's been responding not in a very pleasant way. So I think Mr. Delaney's been in a little bit of trouble with the Independent. How much they are in trouble, I don't know. Perhaps it's just for show. I have no idea. At City Chief, yeah, he was confirming that originally the Real Madrid game was going to be at the Etihad, and now there's doubts about it that it won't be at the Etihad. But the UEFA are going to make a decision by the 10th of July. But they did confirm that the quarterfinals onwards would be played. They aim to play that between the 12th and the 23rd of August, so over a 11-12 day period. So, and I must admit, I do find that quite exciting, actually, in a funny way. I'm not overly over impressed with the Chimps League, but I call it the Chimps League, not the Champs League, the Chimps League. So that does sort of impress me. Like, we've got to get past Real Madrid yet, and that might be at a neutral ground, and Pep seems quite happy with that, which is disappointing because I'm not really very happy about it, but that's another thing. We'll see what happens by the 10th of July anyway. Gary James, writer, yeah, he made a note about the new Citizens Giving campaign, and it was nice to see that on the shirts, wasn't it? Taking over from Etihad on the shirts the other evening against Arsenal. So that was nice, although it looked more like a Sunday League logo, didn't it, than the professional one, but that was nice to see. At City Report, yeah, City have the slowest broadband speed in the Premier League. Well, we knew that, didn't we? Absolutely pathetic, isn't it? 42.6 Mbps. Top was Watford's at 81.5, so almost double Mbps. But City have the slot. We didn't need to know that, do we? I don't think I've ever connected. I think I've connected once, I think, in all the time I tried, and I just give up trying in the end. It's absolutely, for a club like ours, with our backing, etc., it's absolutely ridiculous that we don't have. Is it Wicks who do it? I'm not too sure, but they want sacking. They want someone else putting in and getting that internet speed up. At the Gingerwig, sorry, he does obviously he does a lot of City stuff, doesn't he? Badges and mugs and all memorabilia, souvenirs, and he's obviously putting out some images of for the mask, with the players on, and he didn't know whether it was the right thing to do, and I said, yeah, I mean, City are selling City logoed masks, aren't they? So why not? I mean, and there was some with Sergio Aguero on and Sterling, etc. And I think you should take advantage of it. Why not? I mean, nothing wrong with making a little bit of money. And perhaps if he puts a bit, like anything like that, he can put in something into a charity if he wants, if he feels. But there's no need for that. Most people are doing it. Most people are buying these face coverings, aren't they? And they're not surgically any use, but they're just face coverings. It's nice. It's just quirky and tin. It's the sort of City thing we'd do anyway. So I don't think there's any problem. I think most people were positive when they've answered him at the Gingerwig. So obviously, hopefully, he'll go on with that. And he's got some good designs, obviously, and you get good value for money. At City Report _ they had a little vote, and they voted the 125-year anniversary kit to be the best of the 21st century so far. So I think most City fans would totally agree with that. The City Extra Pod _ at City Extra Pod _ that's Jordan Lewis put a little poll out, and they got over about 335 votes were made. I missed this one, so I didn't have a chance to vote. But obviously it was after the Arsenal game, and they were asking that very important question: who would you rather have, David Luiz or Mangala? Which is a bit unfair on Mangala, really, that one, isn't it? But anyway, Mangala got 92% of the vote, and David Luiz only got 8%. But I mean, I want to know who the 8% are, to be honest with you. I'm very surprised. Yeah, and Blue Wolf at Blue Wolf 1894 just commented. As I said, I was a little bit I enjoyed the match a little bit more than I thought I would, to be honest with you, considering I'm not there. So it wasn't a total disaster, but there are a lot of City fans who didn't like it. At Blue Wolf 1894, he said he could barely manage 20 minutes And then I had to switch it off, so that's a great shame. And you got real fans having to switch it off. And the same with at HUGHES Blues, who's a bit more Alan 2Ls. It is. He watched the match. He wasn't impressed. No atmosphere. Glorified training session. Commentary pathetic. Well, there's no change there. Is lost interest early on. Match of the day highlights will suffice. Football is dead. So. Say that's just two City fans who's followed City for a long time have lost heart with this, and I'm not going to admonish them or anything. I'm not going to blame them. I totally agree. It's just not the same, is it? But as I say, I found it less painful than I thought it would. So, but that's what's happening. That's just two. I mean, there must be lots more in that similar boat for every club, not just City, obviously. And the Premier League reported that KDB had some attacking returns. Was it 9 goals and 16 assists? And at De Bruyne Kev actually wrote back his official Twitter saying it was 9 plus 18, so it's actually 27. So he was correct in the Premier League there. I don't know if he was right or not. I don't know if that was true or not. I have not got a clue. At Just One Mank, which is Ivor Anthony, if you follow that gentleman, obviously he was commenting on Ian Cheeseman having to sort of watch the match, not being able to get into the match. I mean, I thought he was the official City guy, but perhaps not. Perhaps he's obviously he has access to things. He goes into away grounds. He has access to the press offices. So I just haven't got a clue why Ian Cheeseman, other lesser worthy journalists were there the other night against Arsenal. I have no idea why Mr. Cheeseman wasn't there. Perhaps it was mutual consent. I don't know. Perhaps it was. I was looking for certain people on this, like I didn't notice Brian Kidd. I don't know if you noticed Brian Kidd there as well. I'm just thinking that the club might be thinking people of a certain age are trying to obviously be kind to them and say, well, perhaps it might be best if you don't. But I'm a bit confused with that. But yeah, if there's no other reason, then I think obviously people like Ian Cheeseman should be there in front of people like Henry Winter, was it? He was there, wasn't he, Henry Winter? So I agree with Ivor Anthony on that one. And of course, Eric Garcia, as I thought, I didn't think it was that bad. I had the impression it wasn't as bad as everyone thought. And obviously he's been released from hospital and said he hopes to be back soon. So that's great news on Eric Garcia. Ian McBride, this was on Facebook, just one thing I saw on Facebook that piqued me interest. Obviously a little bit of fun. The Premier League return has been hailed as a success after Arsenal defenders managed to stay 2 metres away from City at all times. So that was quite fun, and that cheered me up a little bit on there. And obviously, just to finish off, my little award now, wet wipe of the week. I might not have it every week, because obviously probably the same guys are going to win it, but obviously it's going to be Mr. David Maddock, isn't it? At Maddock Mirror, whose little comment obviously at the Arsenal game, and obviously he got quite a bit berated by a few City fans who rose to it. I blocked the guy anyway. I only see it sort of from other people's viewpoints. I don't really have any interest in comment on these idiots. And his comment, if you've not seen it, was purely watching the match with Sky crowd soundtrack on, and fair play to the City fans, they are far louder than normal. So yeah, I mean, it's a bit, I suppose he classes it a bit of humour, but we know the bitterness in Mr. David Maddock, so that was no surprise, was it? So anyway, he wins my wet wipe of the week, WWW award, wet wipe of the week award. So that's my official for this week, and it might not always be a journalist. It might be a player or something like that. So that's that for this week. Anyway, that's what sort of took me interest on Twitter. If there's anything exciting, obviously, before my next little citizen vlog, which obviously will be a review of the City Burnley game, won't it? Yeah, so that's, as I said, it'll be on the 23rd of June. I'll be back with a review of the City Burnley game, and then on the 24th of June we're doing a preview of City versus Chelsea. And we've probably got a Citizen Pack. Yeah, we've got on the 25th of June. After that, please, I'm just checking my sheet. We've got a little special on Jim Told Me. Obviously, on the 25th of June, 1986, Jim Told Me left us. So it's a little bit on Mr. Jim Told Me, so that might be of interest. I think Ian Cheeseman did something on him a couple of weeks back, and I sort of shared my thoughts at an image I had of myself of Jim Told Me. So obviously I shared that with Ian. I think he liked it from what I remember. I can't remember anyway. And I'll be doing it's a little moments in time on Mr. Jim Told Me. So please keep your eyes open for that as well. And as I said, look back and find this Tony Adcock thing as well. Anyway, thanks for watching today. Please follow me on Twitter at Charles Deneen, Deneen spelled DINN, or at nostalgia_movie. And of course, if you're into movies and TV dramas, etc., please check the playlist. I do little vlogs, information vlogs and reviews on those as well. And I'm on Facebook at Burn Deneen, and please check out my links to moviegamenostalgia.com, my little website for old rare DVDs, movie posters, and board games. If you can spare us a couple of minutes on there, thumbs up to you. Anyway, Blues, hopefully I will see you again, hopefully on Tuesday, with another victory to report on, hopefully against Burnley. Let's well, it should go to plan, shouldn't it? So let's hope so. Another one behind closed doors. I say we do wish we were there, but it's not quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. But again, it must be bad for those that go. I mean, as I say, I don't get too many away games, so I'm quite used to watching on a stream for away games. So perhaps, you know, but these guys who go to all the games, I mean, it must be so painful. You know, people like Ian Cheeseman and hundreds and thousands of other, well, certainly hundreds of other guys who try to get to all the games. It must be so painful. Anyway, thanks for watching today. I'm going to do this. Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. More importantly, let's all look after each other, and hopefully you'll join me again for another Citizen vlog very soon. This is Bernard for now, saying goodbye for now. Thanks for watching.